Mr. Speaker, Clausewitz famously wrote that war is a continuation of policy by other means. So it's entirely appropriate this afternoon that we are debating global military operations in this place. Over the past 30 years, the UK has got a pretty proud record of military deployments overseas at large, medium and small scale. From 1991 we had Gulf War I, Rwanda, Angola, Bosnia, Kosovo, Northern Ireland. And Blair's Chicago speech in 1999 set the case for international intervention. Beyond that, Gulf War II, East Timor, Afghanistan, Sierra Leone and other expeditionary operations. There is of course no truth in the supposition that the UK forces only deploy on wars they can win. But past performance is not necessarily indicative of future success, and in this era of global instability and competition, it's essential that we maintain sufficient forces to do the job in all 5 domains. The integrated review gives the framework, of course, doctrinally, and defence tasks provide the direction. And I just want to cover the 3 that I think are relevant to this afternoon. Number 1, defence, security and resilience of the UK. Number 5, overseas defence activity. And number 7, direct defence. Back in my day in Northwood at PJHQ, Defence held the Joint Operational Estimate of Capability and Readiness, otherwise known as the JOCR. Today I think it's called the Capability Readiness and Assessment Framework, or the CRAF. It's classified secret, but I suspect that I know broadly what it says. Intuitively, RAF and Navy capabilities are probably equipped to do the job for which they're tasked. Yes, we need more of everything. Quantity has a quality of its own, but our ships, submarines and aircraft are good, supportable and modern. But the elephant in the room is the land domain. My instinct, therefore, is that the CRAF is probably flashing red for land capability. And indeed, when we discuss defence in this House, it's operational capability that is ultimately that truly matters. Yes, the Army has been bent out of shape for the support and gifting of capability to Ukraine. Is this indeed a war or the war? But we must still hold at readiness the full suite of land capability for contingent purposes. And we must be ready for what comes next. And indeed, if the MOD is required under defence tasks to hold an armoured division at readiness, then that is what this country must still be required to do. If it's not already been done, the first thing that needs to happen is that the MOD must conduct a detailed estimate of exactly what is required now to get 3 UK division out of the door. If it's necessary to increase the defence budget to 2.5 or 3% of GDP, then so be it. SDSR and the Army 2020 programmes structurally altered the Army away from large-scale divisional deployments. So if we can't deploy a division under the current construct, then we need to put it back into place. We also need back the strategic enablers lost during Army 2020 programme, not to mention the full suite of strategic air and sea lift to be fully deployable worldwide. Beyond increasing available manpower, equipment and capability within the Field Army, we also need to enhance the logistic tail. We therefore need contingent stocks to be at readiness, including weapons, ammunition, spares and all supply natures, not just training stocks. Supply lines need to be kept open with our suppliers and commercial partners, even where legacy equipment stops being made. As for equipment procurement, yes, let's purchase the best available, preferably made or integrated in the UK, but it needs to be affordable and scalable too to meet the requirement. Exquisite exclusivity is fine, but I'd much rather as an operator have enough to satisfy all structures. Modular platforms that we can build for export must also be factored in. Lastly, a fully equipped, manned, supported and sustainable army costs money. If defence tasks are serious about having a deployable division at readiness, then the path to get there is non-discretionary. And it's clear too that both NATO and the US allies expect this of us in this place. Mr. Speaker, to conclude, the world remains a dangerous, unpredictable place. And the primary role of any government, as we know, is to defend its people and its allies. It would be unwise to forget this.
Dixon.